In this video, I'm going to help you master as a beginner understanding rhythm and time signatures out the gate. And if you watch until the end of this video, I'm going to share with you another really powerful tool that can 10x your rhythm playing. So if you are a complete beginner, if you're completely new to this channel, I'm going to start you from the very, very beginning because my channel is mainly for complete beginners. You might find this if you are, oh my goodness, a more advanced player, you might find this, easy. So this video isn't really for you. So there's a few things that you need to understand about rhythm before we get into some ear training exercises. You need to know what it is that you're listening for. So the first thing I need to cover is what are rhythm notes and how do they sound? There are different types of rhythm notes. These are just three of the main ones you need to know as a beginner. This one, which you may see in sheet music, is going to look like a stem and a closed circle. That note is what is called a quarter note. And a quarter note is going to be 1 beat long. So let's say if we were to count a 4-beat bar, and this is also where we go into time signatures. A bar or a measure is a group of beats that happen within a bar or a measure. So if someone's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, they are counting bars or measures. So from beat 1 to beat 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a complete bar or a complete measure, right? So it just happens to be a 4-beat bar or a 4-beat measure. So if we are talking about quarter notes, if a quarter note is 1 beat long, it is going to be counted 1, 2, 3, 4. So think of a quarter note being given each of those beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length of the note is only 1 beat before it gets pressed for the next beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how a quarter note is going to sound. So I will be giving you guys some exercises, but before I get into that, let's get into the next note. The next note looks similar to a quarter note where it has a stem, but the circle is open. That is called a half note. A half note is going to be twice as long as a quarter note. It is going to be the length of 2 beats. So if I was to go back to that 4-beat bar, instead of quarter notes where they would be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, half notes would be held for 2 beats before they get pressed again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see how I held it for 2 beats instead of 4 beats, instead of 1 beat. Speaking of 4 beats, let me see, I'm trying to get this thing to open here. The next note that you are going to need to know is called the whole note. The whole note is an open circle and there is no stem. A whole note is going to be 4 beats long. So if I'm going to be playing a whole note in a 4-beat bar, that whole note is going to be played for the entirety of that bar, for all 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do a simple exercise, but before I get into that, I want to bring to your attention that I do have a free piano in 3 steps video for complete beginners. It goes over how to name the notes, and it also goes over the basics of how chords work. For complete beginners, make sure that you go in the description box to sign up for that video before you move on from this video. Before I get into the exercises, you also need to know about time signatures, or at least how they work when it comes to ear training. So remember when I talked about how usually bars are 4 beats long? So that is usually if the time signature indicates that the bar is in fact 4 beats. So in sheet music, you would see a time signature that would tell you that a bar is 4 beats long. And that's usually determined by this top number here. So you'll see this time signature at the beginning of a song. The top number will tell you how many beats are in a bar, right? So if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this here is the bar, right? The time signature, if it says 4 at the top, that means the bar is going to be 4 beats long. If you're listening to a song, you can hear if the song is 4 beats, whether you realize it or not. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say if I was to play a song like, I want to just come up with something off the bat. So if I was to play John Legend, sorry, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can hear that 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one way to think about it, right? And so if the bar, let's say if that top number that I showed you was not a 4, let's say if it was a 3, then that means that the bar is no longer 4 beats long, it is now only 3 beats long. So a bar, and you'll hear it in a song, where the song would be sounding like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you'll hear that emphasis on the 1. So it goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you'll have a feel of where the beat resets before it moves on to the next beat. And wherever that beat resets, it kind of tells you how many beats are in the song. So let's go over some exercises here. We talked about quarter notes, we talked about half notes, we talked about whole notes. So with a 4-beat bar, I'm going to play a series of notes, and you have to figure out if I'm playing a quarter note, half note, or a whole note. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you answered half note, you got it right. Let's go with this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guessed whole note, you got it right. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guessed quarter note, you got it right. So feel free to watch this video as many times as you need. I did mention I was going to provide another video on how to 10 extra rhythm playing. I will provide a link to that video at the top right corner of this video. If this one was helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I will be releasing videos every single week, so when you turn on that notification bell, you will get notified when each video comes out. If you do have questions, feel free to put them in the comments section. I will be more than happy to answer whatever questions that you have. So thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.